Hey, this is a video response to Tetsubo. He was trying to get some ideas for how to bring a group together. And I think one of the easiest ideas could be as simple as this. Like, they all just live in the same village. Okay, that it can't be a strict village though. It's gotta be kind of like a village with a wide variety of races and culture and stuff like that. Like, kind of like they're just together because they are together. You can have whatever history you want as to why these different races might have settled together. But that's simple enough in my opinion. I mean, some settings it would be a little bit harder, but basically just tell your players before they make their backgrounds that they come from this particular village. Give them a rundown of what the village is about, and then let them create their backstories off that. Yeah, it limits their backstory a little bit, but at least, they're not making anything crazy because backstory isn't necessarily the hugest deal when it comes to gaming, to be honest. Backstory is something you go over once, and it might bring up some things in game, but it's not a huge deal, I've noticed. The big deal is your character in general. And, if you get stuck in your backstory, then you might end up with a character that's all about his backstory, and that's it. I've done that before personally. I worried more about my character's backstory than his personality, and once we got into the game, I was kind of lost. So yeah, you just start off with a small village. A lot of races live there. Maybe you can even say that one race doesn't live there, as long as your players aren't going to care. Like, maybe nobody will explain half-orcs. So you could just say that maybe they don't like half-orcs. I don't know. I don't see why. If it's a diverse village, they'd probably be willing to take in a half-orc. Or like if one of the people, like one of the women were raped and she just decided that she was going to raise the baby anyways, maybe that half-orc would live in the village. Since it's such a diverse culture anyways, I would think they would accept them. But anyways, like, someone wants to play a halfling, fine, they could play a halfling. If somebody wants to play a dwarf, they could play a dwarf. You want to play anything, you just have it that way. Have something happen in the village, possibly to where they need to bring people to, that would bring the group together. Maybe these people were raised together. Maybe one person is older and he kind of mentored the other people. Like, one person says he wants to play like a 60-year-old wizard, human. And someone's like, I want to play a 28-year-old halfling. And then someone else is like, oh, well, I want to play an elf, and he's a little bit older than all of them, It could just be as simple as maybe the wizard and the elf were always friends, and then one of the two took care of the young halfling until he grew up. And now something's going on in the village, and they, come together as friends or family, whatever happens. And they, within the campaign, they have to go on this great adventure, to kind of, at first, to save their village, but it kind of becomes bigger than that, maybe some orcs or hobgoblins or something, I don't know. Like, an evil force comes, and maybe it's coming to attack the village directly, maybe it's just going to something that's close to the village, and the village just happens to be in its way, and they're either bored or they just kill everything in sight no matter what. It could be something like that. They come together, some people in the village die, they fight off the evil, and then they go on this epic quest, So that's one idea. I might think of other ideas later on down the road. Tetsubo had a really good idea. I'm actually going to make this a video response, so you should be able to scroll down and see his original video. But that's all for now, so I guess I'll see you guys later.